So you've reviewed your recommended funding plan. Now what do you do? Well, it's time for you to turn the numbers on the page into action. Your decisions and actions will make the difference between your association gradually declining or thriving. It's really that simple and that profound. We understand you face regular pressure to minimize monthly assessments. So in this portion of the webinar, we provide some talking points and discussion points to help you implement the plan. The budget challenges you face are real, but we're here to help you have success applying what you find in your reserve study, setting a reserve budget that provides the money your association needs to thrive.
Well, let me bring this in for a landing now. In a big picture, I want to just talk about some big picture items. Typically, what we find are reserve funding needs to be about 25% of an association's budget. We see the range in the 15 to 40%. Most of an association's budget is operating. There are a few surprises, and that's typically operational unknowns, maybe bad debt, but it's very accurate for you to think that reserves should be one of your largest budget line items. And then the CAI Research Foundation came out with this multi-year study in early 2020, talking about how a building ages successfully. It takes 4 things. The characteristics of buildings that do age successfully were associations that updated their reserve study regularly, as Brian mentioned, getting those current costs, restabilizing the funding plan based on how their starting balance had changed, and then funding reserves as recommended, giving the reserve fund the money it needs, and not for the purpose of just feeling good about things, for the purpose of spending it, having the cash to spend and maintain the building. And then number 4, performing those periodic structural inspections. So if there are any big problems at the association, they get caught early before they become expensive or safety problems. And another reminder, I started out with boards talking about boards not, or they shouldn't, inappropriately pursue the goal of low monthly assessments. We call that fool's gold. No one wins, and nothing good comes from pursuing that objective. It's a race where everyone loses. The association doesn't have the money it needs, projects don't get done, home values sag, owner enjoyment goes down. Just a lot of bad things happen when that is one of the goals at the association. And I think you need to appreciate the limits of your power. You have almost no power over reserve expenses. They are going to be a bill that needs to be paid. Your power is limited to choosing how the owners pay. It will be either through the monthly budget with appropriate reserve funding or special assessments. That's your choice as a board member. It's not if the owners will pay. They're going to get stuck with a roof bill, whether it's all at once after 20 years, or if they've paid 20 years worth of little monthly funding that gets them ready for that project. And if you do have an association where the owners are involved in the budget process, if they need to ratify the budget, or if your state laws give the owners power to veto anything, our recommendations are, number 1, start early. Build the message that this is inflation, this is real. Start getting the idea. Well, here we are in July. In your next newsletter, in your next board meeting, say, hey, we're thin on cash. We're barely going to make it through this year. We need an assessment increase next year. Start early. Start with different mediums, the board meeting, the newsletter, the website, everything you can. Maybe even notices on your front door, things like that. And then choose your wording carefully. Reserves offset ongoing deterioration. They're not for guesses about things 20 or 30 years in the future. We're always re-updating your current condition. We're always re-updating your current costs. And all the reserve funding does is offset ongoing deteriorations so we don't get caught surprised. And if people are saying, this is crazy, this is way too much money, remind them that it's normal. Typical reserve funding is indeed in the range of 25% of total budget. It's just what other associations are doing. If they are not, they are facing special assessments. That's just the truth. And your trump card is, remember Surfside. That property had poorly funded reserves. They were behind years of maintenance, and we all saw that tragic collapse. And hopefully we remember that as we move forward. And then the new argument is you can boost your association's FIFO health score. by budgeting, having a balanced budget, having an updated reserve study, showing that you're increasing your assessments on a regular basis following inflation. There's a lot of good things that come from having a strong FIFO health score. And if you want to have a resource to help remind you of these kind of issues, in addition to recording of this webinar and the other resources we have a book out there. It's available on Amazon, and I'll include a link to free download of Chapter 1 in the outline for everyone who fills out the online survey. And just a reminder, YouPlanet, it's a great tool. Brian obviously is well-versed using it, but like he said, there's tutorials on every page. It's an easy online reserve calculator. Just type in a number and click. It's user-friendly. If you make a mistake, you click reset. No big deal. And all calculations are per National Reserve Study standards, so you know what you're getting into. And the bottom line is we want you to have success at your association. We're here to be your trusted guide through all the component and funding decisions that come along on your path to the future that we're all on. And if you want to look through our library of articles or videos on our website, of course, go to www.reservestudy.com. And at the top right, you'll see a link where you can order a reserve study proposal for your association. And at the bottom of every page, you can sign up to get notified of future webinars. So you always get exposed to good content like this. And that is my last item. So we're at the end of our prepared content, and I will turn the microphone over to Paige for our Q&A time.
At Association Reserves, we make the present less stressful and the future more secure. If you want to join us in this mission, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see us address in a future video. Let's plan for your best future.